So Category Insights is one of the most useful dashboard which was released quite recently, and it's packed with lots of insights to understand the marketplace as well as the category or the subcategory you're selling your product in or planning to launch your product. So it looks like this. Initially, you have the different options to select the category. So you can drill down to the one that is the closest or the exact. Mostly, you'll find all the categories here. You can even search for the category to save some of the manual work here, and it works pretty well. Then on the left, you can select the store, whichever store you are looking in, and then starts the insights that are available. One is the unit sold, and this is at the marketplace level for all the ASINs combined. So it's not just specific to your brand, but the marketplace in general. And that's how it becomes useful to understand the category performance on the market. So you have different options. You can select 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, and 12 months. I find it useful to understand the trends of the sales. This helps to really compare how the advertising or the account performed versus the marketplace. So let's say if there was a downward trend and we saw a dip in sales, then we can understand that because the overall market experienced a drop. But if it is the opposite, then probably there's some work. There were some gaps, or if let's say it dropped, but your sales increase, that means you are improving your market share. So it's highly useful to understand the trends as well as to benchmark your account performance with the category in general. Then you have the net sales. Again, similar to units sold, you have the net sales. And then you can also compare year over year. So you have this toggle button. If you click in on, then you can also compare with last year. So compared to last year, we have seen an increase this year on the platform. Another good way to see if you should really expect a year on year growth, um, and whether the marketplace is also seeing that. Because if there is a year on year growth, then you should also be expecting some year on year growth on your account. Moving down further, this is something that Amazon added quite recently. So we have the search performance, like the search volume in this category or subcategory, and the number of clicks in it. So it tells us what's the gap between the searches and the clicks, and then the most popular keywords. It shows you top 10 or top 15 keywords in that particular subcategory. Now for more keywords, I would suggest going to top search terms. It's also seeming to be taking that data from there, but having it here helps to see some level of detail. Now the next point is glance views. Again, how many glance views, and you can also compare them year over year. Now, there are some other useful aspects like search to purchase ratio. So, in this category, how many times the ASINs were purchased versus the total searches. So, it shows how much or what percentage of customers usually purchase the product after searching it. And if it is lower, then means it's a more competitive or tough category. If it is higher, then it's easier conversion as well. Another useful insight is conversion rate per price range, which can be very useful for this particular selected category. It's not available, unfortunately, but I think it's very useful to understand like how the conversion changes when the price range changes. So if you are planning a price drop for some time, and you can easily expect some conversion based on this data, if the conversion increase is happening, then you can factor that into your advertising forecasting or account performance forecasting, and see if it could rather be a more profitable scenario. So it could be a useful insight. Again, return ratio, some categories could have a higher ratio while others could have lower ratio. So launching a new product, this could be very useful, or again useful for benchmarking on the existing one. And the top reasons for return, again useful insight to understand where the areas of improvement could be, or if there are some of the reasons. So if you don't have those reasons of returns, you can actually show them as the features that you don't have any, let's say, it's exact, like if it is different from the website description as one of the reason, then you can make your listing very very informative. If it is too small in terms of the size, maybe you can, and your product is adequately sized, then you can show that as a feature. So it really helps to reduce the return reasons, and also to kind of attract more shoppers when they see that they're not going to face this problem. And then at the same time, for new products, it helps in developing it accordingly. Then you have the offer and selection metrics, like how many sellers shows more of the competition and saturation on the market. Like it's if it is, it could be huge number, it could be low number as well, and accordingly it shows the potential or the opportunities. And then we have the offers per ASIN and advertisement spend on average. There seems to be some glitch. It is also one of the recent additions to this dashboard, so it's not fully updated, but could be a useful metric to understand how the competition spends on an average, which is also an insight much sought after to understand how competitors, some of the competitors are winning in the category. Maybe they could just be spending more, and just to get some idea as well over here. And then you have the different price range and popularity, something similar to conversion. It's just not giving the exact conversion, but it's showing you the popularity. So if your product falls in the range of 30 and 40, it's the most popular aspect. And then it's followed by 20, 30, and like that. And then these attributes do change based on the category. If it is a curtain category, it's going to show the hanging method. If it is shelves, it's going to show maybe the different material. And then you have other attributes and their popularity. So overall, it really helps. So if you are planning to launch a variation, a new product, or just looking to develop your existing product, or just planning to make some changes, then it can be very helpful. Another way we use it is if, let's say, the listing is missing, calling out these attributes explicitly, then it's important to call them out so shoppers can see, and most likely they're going to click more quickly or purchase more quickly if they are seeing that explicitly mentioned, and the different other attributes as well. And that's it. But overall, very insightful dashboard. Really like this addition, and using it a lot for understanding the category more deeply and the market and the trends.